I think I might have a fucking problem. Pushing out of rolling marijuana. Thinking about getting more to the bank, but they won't let me in cause I smell like dank. I think I might have a motherfucking problem. Get it. I think I might have a motherfucking problem.
YouTube, what it be like? It's your boy Fo, and bro, we are back on that NBA Live 19. Now, before we get started with this video, because we're gonna do a short dribble tutorial. Before we get started, if you're new to my channel and this is your first time seeing me, I appreciate that view, but you know you gotta like and sub, my boy. Also, feel free to comment. I will respond more times than not. And hit that notification bell as well so you can know when we post. We're on that grind at 5K right now. As soon as we hit 5K, we're gonna do a raffle giveaway, so you definitely want to stick around for that. Every 1,000 subs we get, we're gonna do a giveaway as well, so you'll have a ton of opportunities to win. With that being said, let's get straight to it. Now, first and foremost, I'm using my backcourt defender, and I'm using Kemba Walker dribble moves too. Now, all of the moves that I'm using in this video can be done by most dribble packages, but there are some things that, for instance, like Kyrie can't do, like the hezzy cross between the legs for whatever reason. Just doesn't work the same with him. He gets a different animation. So if you have a point guard, try to use Kemba. If you have like a wing, then I would try to maybe find Magic Johnson, Damian Lillard, see if these packages can get everything done for you. I'll test it out for you as soon as I get a chance, and then we'll comment and update the description. Now, I'm not going to like give y'all like this step-by-step type thing where I'm putting like annotations on the screen and different things like that. And it's not gonna be all of that. It's not gonna be in depth like that, but I am gonna show you like a few things that you can do to dribble a little bit better in the game. I'm also going to like show you like a couple of things that maybe you didn't know you could do that are extremely effective in the game. And then it's gonna be just like 2K, bro. You're just gonna have to go in your one court and just practice, get the timing down for everything, and sauce up, bro. Like, that's just gonna be what it is. But anyway, all right, in the last video that I left y'all with, I think I did the Shamgawd like right at the end of the video, and I was like, yo, like, let me know if you want to see a tutorial. Bro, the way you do that Shamgawd that I did, it's really easy to do. All the moves in this game are pretty easy to get done, bro. So, all right, so the way you do a Shamgawd, first of all, like some moves can be done standing. Other moves you have to have like momentum, like be running towards the goal. In this particular case, I'm gonna be running towards the goal, and all right, if the ball's in my right hand, then I'm gonna flick up on the right analog. I'm gonna flick right to my ball hand, and then I'm gonna flick left, crossing over real fast. So it's gonna be like up, right, left, while I'm holding R2 or the right trigger. All right, so let's go ahead and get it done real quick. So we're gonna be running up, right, left. And let me do it again. So simple enough. It's really easy to do, bro. I didn't even, yeah, so I didn't flick left the first time, kind of on accident. But you see right there, it's easy to do, and you see like right after that, the good thing about the Shamgawd, and hold on, let me replay that so I don't keep just doing it over and over and over and over again. The good thing about the Shamgawd, bro, is that like when you're dribbling forward, it's just gonna stop your momentum. So you see me dribbling forward, if I'm on a fast break, then boom, I can go with that Shamgawd and it'll just stop me in my tracks, and I'll snatch back, and you see how quick I went into something else. I just boom did that and came right out of it and just spun off, and you saw me cross right back afterwards. So it depends. I could have went up like after that, or I can cross back. I mean, it just depends on what you want to do, but it's real easy to do. It's either up, right, left if the ball's in your right hand, or up, left, right if the ball's in your left hand. So you see, ball in my left hand, Shamgawd that way. So you just have to kind of get in the lab, practice the timing on it, just like everything else. And then once you get the timing on it, you'll see that it's really, really easy to do. Now, the next thing that Kemba has in his dribble package that a lot of people don't know how to do is that snatchback that you see when you're looking at his dribble package, where he touches the floor and then he comes up. A lot of people want to know how to do that move, so I'm going to talk about it right now. The easiest way to do that move, you have to have momentum again, so you have to be like running forward, and then we're gonna chain it. So like the first part of the move is just you running forward and then crossing over, and like you'll cross over and hold. You know how like if you're standing still right here, if you hold the right trigger and then you cross over like that, like you press and like hold to the left side instead of flicking. If you flick, you get that, but if you hold to the opposite ball hand, he'll do like that. So it's the same thing. You'll hold R2 or right trigger, run forward, flick, and then as soon as you do it, you'll flick down on the right analog. But you got to get the timing right again, because you see if you do it late like that, he'll do a step back. So now we're going to do it on time. And you see, once we do it on time, he'll basically do that. So let's replay it and then talk about it. So we're going to run forward with right trigger or R2. We're going to press and hold to the opposite ball hand. He's going to do like this skipping like crossover. While he's in the air, you're gonna flick down on the right analog. All right, soon as you flick down, you see he's gonna touch the ground, and then like he'll stand in place if you want him to, but I like to, this is just another tip with it, I like to run sideways. If you run forward, he won't get the same speed boost, but if you noticed, if I run to the side with the ball, then I'm gonna get a speed boost to this side. So now I could either at this point flick the right analog back to my off ball hand while holding R2, and I can do that little sweeping glitchy ass crossover that everybody spam in NBA Live, or I could spin back the other way, or I could flick and do the hezzy and skip in the air, and then I'll show y'all what that look like. So what I mean is I could flick and do that. So with that hesitation, I showed y'all a few things, and we want to move on to that now, because I'm just showing y'all these moves, and then you'll start to just figure out how to chain all of this shit together, right? But with the hesitation, you have a ton of options out of this hesitation. Now if you run into one side, you would just flick towards the same side as the ball, and you skip in the air when you do it. See? But when you're doing it, you can flick back towards the off ball hand, and that's what I was talking about that Kemba can do that Kyrie can't do. So if you're running and you do that and you flick like back towards the opposite hand without holding turbo, he'll take it between his legs and he'll get a speed boost, basically going back the other way. Now when you do that, this opens up a ton of additional options for you. Now, other things that you can do that you may not know though is you can flick and then you can hit down like that, and then you can shoot the ball. A lot of people don't know, and you don't necessarily have to shoot if you don't want to, but you got a step back in that a lot of people don't know you have. And let's replay that real quick, because I never, and when I say never, I never see people doing it. So I really don't feel like people know that they can do that. So you run to the side, you flick the right analog to the same side as the ball, then you flick down on the analog. Now if you're too late, he'll do a regular step back. I see people do that all the time, but I never see people actually chain this together and do this sweeping crossover like that. You see how he skips and hops back? If you had like a backcourt shooter, bro, like, and way back on, like, this is nasty. So you don't even have to shoot out of this either. I don't even have my right analog set to shoot. So I could easily just spin out of it. You see what I'm saying? Like, so if I wanted to, I could spin out of it and just start a whole nother chain of dribble moves with just that hesitation and them not knowing where I'm gonna go. Now, another thing you can do with that hezi is you can hezi and take it behind your back. A lot of people don't know that you can actually do that out of the hesitation as well. So you can flick towards the same side. So I'm flicking left this time, but now I'm gonna rotate the right stick away from my ball hand, like in a C, like from the left side to the right side, and it's gonna give me that momentum going back the other way. So you'll see it come back like that, and then I could cross over, I could spin, I could do a ton of different things doing it that way. So this hesitation dribble is actually really nasty, just because we can trigger so many different actions from it that we can keep them off guard. And you saw right there that that's something that I can do. So I can flick, take it between my legs, and then I can spin back and I can come back up. That's almost like 2K dribbling right there. So I like to do that, and then you can start up with a dribble spam back right here, and then you can go into your next set of moves. So that's something that you can do. Another thing that you can do is like an in and out dribble when you coming up the court. Way you do that is like you're just running straight, and then you flick up then down, but you need to time it right, and then he'll flick it and take it between his legs. You see me just doing a regular in and out right there, that's just flicking up. So you have to get your timing right, but after you get your timing right, you can see right there, that's the correct way to do it. So boom, you see me take it right between my legs right there, and then that can lead to a lot of different things. Now what you want to do with something like that is understand, like, things that you need to be running forward with, you don't always have to do them just running up the court. All right, I'm showing y'all a lot of these different things because you can start up momentum for yourself while you're standing still. One way to do that, for instance, is say you're just standing still, right? You can flick towards your off ball hand without holding R trigger, and then hold R trigger and push the left analog away from the ball, and you'll speed boost, right? So let me show you. That might sound a little bit complicated, but it's not. You just flick and hold. See, I just flick between with the right analog, and I held with the left analog back away from the ball and held R2 so I could sprint away from the ball and got a speed boost. Simple enough. You just flick and move, right? So I can start my momentum while I'm standing still just by doing that. And once I do that, I can sweep back across, and once I sweep back across, now a lot of these moves that I was telling you about that I need to dribble forward and get momentum, I can actually do them once I get this momentum going, because that's really all you need is this momentum. So you don't even have to do what I just showed at the very beginning when you flick and start. It just makes it easier to catch them off balance, to be honest. So you can always start like that and then flick. And you see, just like that, I did that in and out move. So let's show it again. So I came right here. No R2. I'm just gonna flick between my legs. Now I'm holding R2. Just push the left analog back to the left away from the ball while I'm holding R2. Just sprint out of it. And you see, that gives me a speed boost. Now I'm still holding the right trigger. I press and hold to my off ball hand right there. That gives me that sweeping crossover. And now I have the momentum that I need to do like moves as if I was running up the court. And you can see right there, boom. Now I can do the in and out dribble. Once I hit that in and out dribble, I can spin out of that if I want to. I can cross over out of that. I can do a ton of different things. You could do the on the ground snatchback. I mean, it's a lot of different things that you can do with this game, bro. It's the dribbling to this game. You just have to link stuff and understand what the timing is. They give you a little bit more freedom, I think, in terms of the things you can kind of get done with the dribbling than even 2K does. You just have to know how to do it, to be honest, and then you have to be consistent with like your presses and stuff like that. Another move that you can do, just like we talked about the snatchback and coming up and then doing the crossover like that, you can actually rotate and take it behind your back and do that, and then that gives you some options too. So let me like go over it again, because like I said, I'm not gonna put like any like information on the screen, so I'm just slowing it down so y'all can see it. So what I did was I'm holding right trigger right here. All I did was press and hold to the off ball hand. I do that skipping like crossover, and now I just rotate. I take my hand off the right trigger, because if I don't, I'm gonna do a spin move. Instead, I just rotate to the opposite ball hand behind my back, and it gives me that momentum behind my back. So that's something that you can do. So you'll see me play it in real time. Cross, take it behind your back, just like that. So that's a really, really dope move that I like to use as well. Another move, and I'm just gonna give y'all a couple of other basic things that you can add to your toolbox as well, is just remember that you can always take a couple snaps, then snatch back. If you get momentum, then you can always flick down on the right analog while you're holding the right tool, and then snatch back. That's something you can do. Keep it like, that's something that's always, snatchbacks like that are always welcome. You could be running up the court, hazy, snatchback. What did I do right there? Let me explain now, because I did a little bit of something. So I'm running straight. I'm gonna flick the ball. I'm gonna flick the analog to the same side as the ball, and then I'm gonna flick the right analog back to my off ball hand. So that gives me like a hezzy crossover, and Kemba's is pretty fast. That's why I like it. It's a good speed cross, and boom, snatch back instantly. People usually are gonna get caught off guard with something like that, because you gave them a double move basically. Boom, then cross, as opposed to just going with it. But keep in mind, like I said, you can always like get all this stuff triggered easy. Cross, snatch back, shot, green, just like that. I mean, all you need to do is just get in your one court and practice, bro. There's not too much to it than that, bro. You see me just practicing shooting the ball, bro, doing my step back. That was a different step back that I just showed. So it's just getting in the one court, knowing your moves, being able to do your moves. I didn't get a chance, and see, and just making sure you get shit down, bro. I think that's about all I wanted to cover with y'all. I mean, other than that, with Kemba, just remember that these basic crossovers, these starting crossovers, are your friend. Like that, like holding right or holding left, instead of just flicking it, it gives you this skipping crossover that can start up good momentum for you. And you can just do basic dribbles like that. If you don't like to like go crazy, you can just do basic shit like that and still go crazy, bro. It ain't that hard. So remember that easy way to spam is like that. Just hold R2 and see, you can spam back and forth. I swear that get people. Then you just spin out of it, come right back. So it's not, man, this game is really easy. They give you a lot of tools to like be successful, to be honest. You just have to get in your one court and practice. Hopefully this was helpful. So like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well so you can know when we post. And as always, respect the OGs. Peace.